Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Manson. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a fantastic show for y'all today. Get your popcorn ready for this one. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So it's a great topic that I'm absolutely going to enjoy. This is a topic that just literally fell in my lap. It was like a last minute thing. We had another video that we were going to do. I said, let's cancel that. Let's talk about this, right? So I was just doing some research here, and I came across a topic on Awful Announcing with this headline saying, Paul Finebaum calls out Stephen A. Smith for Oxford comments. He clearly made it racial. And I'm like, ooh, wait, I got to know. I must know what they're talking about here, especially given the fact that Stephen A. Smith is dabbling into the political world and all of this stuff. So I'm like, we got to talk about this. So let me just quickly read a little bit of what this article had to say here. So it says, with the Ole Miss Rebels on the doorsteps of making the college football playoff, Lane Kiffin is a hot name in the coaching carousel to be picked up by perhaps a bigger school in the SEC. And it's hot enough that it drew Stephen A. Smith and Paul Finebaum into a dispute after comments made on ESPN. Let's continue on. Finebaum was a guest on Wednesday's episode of First Take when Smith started talking about the situation surrounding Kiffin's future. Kiffin controversially walking out on Ole Miss for a perceived stronger program in the SEC would certainly be par for the course given his career path thus far. And it would instantly become one of the biggest stories in sports. And in discussing his future outlook, Stephen A. Smith made an interesting comment about Kiffin's ceiling at Ole Miss being lower than it would be elsewhere. He cited some black players who might be hesitant to go to Oxford, Mississippi, and would much rather go to LSU in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or Gainesville, Florida, and the Gators. Folks, take a listen to Stephen A. Smith's comments here. Go ahead and take a listen to that, please.
What? Oh, stop it. Just stop it. Leave that man alone. Y'all leave Lane Kiffin alone. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this to this man, okay? Yeah, listen, you and I, look, I'm going to bring it home, all right? He's in Oxford, Mississippi. Okay, let's get this out the way. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, somebody, y'all can't say it. Don't you dare say it, Paul. Don't you dare say it, Dougie. Don't you say it, Shay. Leave it to me. I'll say it. The brothers ain't trying to come to Oxford, Mississippi, for the most part, compared to Gainesville or Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's just call it what it is, okay? You look at the job that Lane Kiffin has done at Ole Miss, it's phenomenal. The man has won 74% of his games over the last 6 years. Ole Miss is they're in the picture. They could win a national championship. Lane Kiffin, his personality, his cachet, it ain't Nick Saban he got to work with. He's got the potential to be another Nick Saban, but it ain't going to happen at Ole Miss. Not for years down the road to come. No. But Gainesville? At the University of Florida, but Baton Rouge, at Death Valley, LSU, that's a different animal. I'm not saying that you don't have black players and stuff like that on the team. Of course you do. You just showed it with Pat McAfee's show. We understand it. But I'm just talking about from a recruiting standpoint, in terms of longevity, establishing a sustained level of success for many, many years.
Fantastic. Now, what you may not have seen are the facial reactions the facial reactions of Paul Finebaum when Stephen A. Smith was saying that, right? So apparently later on in the day, he was on his own show where a caller called in to react to what Stephen A. Smith had to say. And essentially, Paul Finebaum said that he was stumped by what Stephen A. Smith said. And he basically was saying that, no, he said Stephen A. Smith made it racial when he shouldn't have. But before we even get into Paul Finebaum's response to Stephen A. Smith, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Fantastic. Guys, take a listen to what these guys had to say here, and I'm going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to this here.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, listen, baby, I caught you on First Take this morning with Stephen A. I just happened to click over and found you, and let's talk about prejudice. I really felt like he was. What is wrong with, Oxford, Mississippi? We're SEC. We're the best.
Well, Rhonda, let me say this, if you give me a second.
I don't get it.
I didn't really know what to say to him because it was wrong.
I'm going to be very disappointed in him. I've tried to like the guy, for sure. But, he has been known to leave in the night like a thief in the night. I love you, Precious Paul. Love you so. Bye.
Thank you very much. And again, I realize a lot of you did not see what Stephen A. said, but I mean, he clearly made it racial. He clearly said, in his words, the brothers do not want to go to Oxford, Mississippi, which is, I think, been proven to be completely incorrect. I've been to Oxford 1,000,000 times, and I think it's terribly unfair to bring up echoes of yesteryear, the 60s, and try to portray Oxford as that type of place today. It's not. The South has changed. It's up to, you can make your own interpretation, but to dump on Oxford while saying that Gainesville and Baton Rouge would be utopia was just baffling to me. Sheila is up next. Make sense out of it all, Sheila.
So you heard what he had to say. I just gotta keep it a bean with y'all. I think this entire thing is hilarious. It's chuckle worthy. I mean, it just is. Now, as you guys know, Paul Finebaum, we've heard, is flirted with the idea of running for Senate. I don't know what state, but I think he would run it as a Republican. I don't know what state, though. Stephen A. Smith has flirted with the idea of running for president. Whatever that means. So, these guys have kind of been connected to the world of politics. Stephen A. Smith more so than Paul Finebaum. So I just find the entire thing to be hilarious. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Stephen A. Smith has kind of built this conservative audience on his show, The Straight Shooter, right? Stephen A. Smith, The Straight Shooter. So to hear Paul Finebaum essentially call Stephen A. Smith out for race baiting, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Here we have yet another instance where Stephen A. Smith is being called out. It's just crazy to me. Now, in terms of his comments, right? I think it's fair for me to say I haven't been to any of the places these guys are talking about. I haven't been to what are some of the places he mentioned? I haven't been to Oxford. I haven't been to Baton Rouge. I haven't been to Louisiana. I haven't been to Gainesville, Florida. I haven't been to any of these places, right? So I don't know what it's like over there. I don't know nothing about nothing. I guess Stephen A. Smith is saying that black players would be more prone to go to places where there's a higher population of blacks because maybe that's where they'll feel comfortable or whatever it is. Paul Finebaum is saying, why are you making it seem like blacks are monolith, like, oh, they must always be together, that they can't go to other places, blah, 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 blah. And that's also, I can understand that, right? Because just because a bunch of black people congregate over there doesn't mean that every black person wants to just go be over there. People are different, right? People are different, and people live where they choose to live. Some people for race, some people for just, so it's kind of, I also get what he's saying. The joke of it all, to me, the big joke, the big haha moment for me is Stephen A. Smith is this guy on his show that has all of these kind of like conservative talking points. So to hear a guy, I guess that would be right of Stephen A. Smith, is it right? Yeah, right of Stephen A. Smith, basically saying that you're race baiting, I just think it's hilarious. Now, if this topic picks up enough steam, you better believe Stephen A. Smith's gonna capitalize on this. Anything for them views, baby. Hey, look, everybody's in it for views. Everyone is in it for views. So, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Stephen A. Smith was race baiting, or do you think he was keeping it real? And do you think that Paul Finebaum misinterpreted what Stephen A. Smith was saying, or he was right on the money? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. I'm out. Peace.